There's a new update that I want to talk about when it comes to the graph, and it's regarding their recent Horizon upgrade. Now, nothing I say is financial advice. However, people may be thinking, what is Horizon? Now, if we take a look at this upgrade, so to speak, right? Through this, the graph now supports a modular multi-service future. Supposedly, it kind of allows for the ability for new data services to be built on the same protocol. But really, in the grand scheme of things, me personally, for me, because I am in the more so retail side of things, right? I'm not going to be a developer or something like that. This type of stuff is not really going to kind of affect me in any way. But I think in the long term, if we take a look at the graph as a project, sure, GRT, its native token, is still around 47 and a half times lower than $2 right now, or should I say as of right now. Even still, despite all that, I think this could lay the groundwork for maybe what the graph could be moving forward, especially when it comes to, let's say, developers or something like that, or people within this space, which would affect more than me because I'm just in the retail side of things, right? Because if I take a look at just kind of the general mission of the graph, when I take a look at what it's trying to do, basically, it's basically like aiming to help developers use relevant data to help increase the efficiency of their application. Like within this space more particularly, I find that to be pretty interesting because if it's literally trying to help developers increase the efficiency of their application within this space, let's say, just more specifically, why would that be a bad thing? Sometimes you like to say, well, there's too many developers. That's not going to be good when it comes to the graph. Well, why? If there's more of what it is trying to help, why would that be a bad thing? It's like, for instance, let's say I open up a pizza shop, right? A pizza store. And let's say there's suddenly more people within that area that want to eat pizza. Why would that be such a not good thing for me? Like, I just don't get it, you know? So I kind of don't get that. I think that when it comes to some other projects out there, people seem to think that because a lot of them are in a very competitive niche, in a very competitive sector, they think if more kind of developers comes along, it's going to be kind of a little bit not too good for that project, right? But the graph is a little bit different. It's literally trying to help like developers in my perspective. So it's a bit of a different case where it's not like directly sort of competing with some projects out there in a very competitive niche. It's more so kind of just helping developers. And if I just assume hypothetically, if there's going to probably, who knows, right, be more applications within this space, wouldn't that kind of indirectly be somewhat of a positive thing when it comes to the graph? Because again, if there's more developers, if there's more applications, it's not going to be such a bad thing for the graph, arguably. It could be different for some other projects out there. Some other projects out there, if there's more developers, if there's more applications, then they become a little bit like defensive. But this doesn't seem to be the case because it's literally trying to help, like again, that specific sector I mentioned before. So I don't know why I would think it's such a bad thing if there's more of what it's trying to help. That's just kind of my perspective. Now, does this make the graph way better than before? Or should I say again, the Horizon upgrade? Well, not really. I mean, sure, it kind of helps, but it's not like the project became way better or something like that. I think it became like a little bit better, arguably through this in the fundamental side of things. Like in the price side of things, of course, it's clearly not doing the best. I mean, if we take a look at GRT, right, in 2024, it reached around 44 cents. So currently, we're over 10 times lower than that. But if I take a look at Ethereum, is Ethereum over 10 times lower than where it was back in March of 2024? No, I don't think so. You know, when I take a look at Bitcoin, is it 10 times lower than where it was back in March of 2024? No. But that's just my point of view. What would happen if GRT went back to what it did in 2024 in March? I mean, who knows, right? I mean, I guess I would not complain, but in order for it to reach around 44 cents, it does not have to reach new heights. You know, it doesn't have to reach something that has never been reached before. We literally saw that. Like, granted, it's been almost 2 years at this point, but still, I don't think that was even an altcoin season. Besides that point, though, when it comes to Bitcoin, right, it's over 3 times lower than 300 grand, but it's never reached 300 grand ever, you know, in history. Who knows what it could do during the cycle, but I'm saying. Now, I don't think I've seen an altcoin season during this cycle, even despite seeing some altcoins out there like BNB reach a new all-time high, and I've seen what Ethereum did during this cycle as well, but we haven't really seen it kind of trickle down to kind of the, I would say, smaller cap projects. Now, keep in mind, GRT is not a small cap by any means. It's actually still top 100 in the world in terms of market cap within this space. Like the current market cap is around 430 million, around 440 million, around that range. Like it's not a small project by any means. But we have not seen kind of the trickling down sort of effect when it comes to this cycle. We just haven't seen it. I don't think we've seen an altcoin season, generally speaking. We've seen some altcoins do pretty okay. We've seen like Bitcoin, but we have not seen kind of that 2021 type of, altcoin season, which who knows if we could ever even see it during this cycle, right? But at the same time, my kind of perspective is that I'm going to stay patient because I'm going to be waiting anyways. Like if someone told me that, you know what, I'm going to have to wait until Q1 of 2026, or I have to wait until Q2 of 2026. Whether or not I'm in this space, I'm going to have to wait it out anyways. You know what I mean? Like I'm still going to have to go through January, February, March of 2026, regardless whether I'm in this space or not. So if I'm going to be waiting either way, I'm just going to wait with the projects that I am a fan of. Now, I could easily not care about the graph, actually. Like, I could just not hold and not care about it anymore, but I am voluntarily choosing to believe in it because I don't only just want to believe in one project, and also on top of that, I'm still a fan of the hypothetical use case. However, only time will tell as to what exactly happened to the graph, because, again, only time will tell. Now, people sometimes like to ask me, okay, when is the bottom when it comes to GRT? Because they have seen basically just a constant pullback ever since 2024, right? Or should I say after March of 2024, more specifically. But to me, I will never be able to know the bottom unless some time has passed by. Like, for instance, how would I know that a dollar when it comes to Bitcoin seems to be a little bit kind of a difficult thing for it to kind of have a pullback too? Well, it's because some time has passed by and Bitcoin's now around 90 grand. That's how I would know. But at that time, it's not possible for me to know, right? So if I see GRT as of right now, I'm never going to be able to know when is the bottom when it comes to this. It's just not possible, I think, personally, in my perspective, for me to at least know. However, what I am personally doing, instead of guessing, is just I am dollar cost averaging once a month. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. However, that way, I'm not trying to find the perfect moment. That's just kind of my perspective. Again, I'm not telling anyone to do anything, but that's what I'm going to be continuing to do. I'm just dollar cost averaging once a month into the projects that I am a fan of, and that's really about it. But in the meantime, I do want to make this video regarding Horizon and the upgrade, which I find pretty interesting. So yeah, even though I don't think it's the best thing of all time, I found it pretty interesting given the context of the altcoin space not doing the best, and also given the context of the graph not really doing the best either. I find it pretty cool that they even bothered to have this upgrade to even begin with. I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you all have a nice day. It's Lee the Captain. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.